who is it actually that is dying? Body which is temporary, which is going to the form and name, yes.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that is sure, that eventually
Mm-hmm.
the body will perish. That is the only certain thing in life. The day you are born in body,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you know that at some point of time, the expiration date is there.
Yeah. Correct.
That is the only certain thing in life is death of the body. But how to overcome the fear, and what happens is that people live constantly in fear
Mm.
because they know that deep down they believe that that is eventually going to come. So the trick here is how to overcome the fear of death is
Yes.
by going within to figure out who is it that is actually dying. And the biggest example is in deep sleep. Because at the end of the day, even in deep sleep,
Mm-hmm.
in one way you are dead.
Yes.
You are not aware of anything.
Right.
So we say that true death is, they say, not of mind and body, because that will come and go. With your death, maybe your relations, maybe people close to you may grieve for a little while, as you
Yeah.
rightfully said. Maybe it could be for somebody for a few days, maybe somebody for a few hours, maybe months, maybe years, maybe, tens of years, right?
Yeah.
But eventually life moves on. So the trick here is to figure out
Mm-hmm.
who actually just dies. Is there any, what is true death? And the true death is nothing but the dissolution, or you can call the removal of ignorance. What is that ignorance? Is the idea and notion of that there is some individual I, right? That
Mm.
seems to exist and identify.
Mm-hmm.
That disappearance has to happen, because once you figured out that this whole thing is just an idea and a dream, then people dying in a dream is dying in a dream. Today when you dream of death, right, in your own dream, you only have fear of that, and you have emotional attachment to that while
Mm.
you are identified with the dream. But once you wake up to the truth that it was nothing but a dream, then the fear of that event that had happened, which was death in this case, in your dream, has no relevance.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
you have, so I keep repeating this in every session, that all answers are basically answered, right? Or all questions are answered by the very fact, by trying to figure out who is this I that is identified. What is this I that is identified with this dream drama? Who is this I that is identified with the dream drama? Only till you have figured this out will you be able to overcome all the emotions, everything that is in relation to this I. Till
So.
then, as long as you're identified, as long as you're identified with the dream,
Mm-hmm.
anything and everything that is happening within the dream will appear to be real. And anything and everything that is then in relation to any event that happens will also appear to be real. And fear of death means is nothing but the ego trying, or you know your preservation of this idea that I exist as a separate individual. That's all it's trying to do. It's trying to preserve itself for as long as it can as an idea. It's trying to hang on to anything and everything, which is that people spend so much time and effort trying to live. Even when they're 100 years old, they're still trying to squeeze another couple more years out of it because they are identified. Something is identified with that destructible instrument called body and mind. There's an apprehension of something because it's identified with something which is destructible. Something within you has an apprehension of its own destructibility.